Ancestor, breath, I'm thinking of Clyde. Breath, bridge, carry us over tumultuous times. You who can hear and answer with quick remedy ready before we ask. You who can speak through tongues of trees and fire and water, earth cannot hold you. We pound the ground and you appear, O ancient ones. You who can make lightning strike with the flick of a skirt. You who can make tornado turn with the spin and span of hips, take us there to the place of knowing, to the hall that leads to the doorway of you, O holy ones. You of the first light. You who know the potential of possibility pulsing in the dark, deliver us unto our gifts. You who have sunlight in your fingertips, touch our drums, make us hear the rising, make us move a steady stump, a choir of voices so majestic, heaven hides us in a tapestry of light. We are stars, blankets of wonder, sky bright eyes, seeing the invisible, visible. You who have returned, you have turned our faces so that we see ourselves, and we have found you again in places we would have never imagined. You make our limits infinitely long, our vision clearer with eyes closed, and even there you still stand in full color, vibrant and eager to serve. Now they come coffled and cuffed, feet heavy with uncertainty. You can hear them breathing from miles away, shallow and short. Tethered souls don't know how to breathe deep, and auction blocks do not lend to comfortability, naked and frigid. Tar baby smooth like skin, lathered up real good to conceal any wounds. You know massa like 'em free from disease, or at least appeared to be quiet. You know massa like 'em silent. And blocks do not lend to protest or chatter. Chattel have no say. Just smile big, show them pearly teeth, stretch, long, push, pull, parade, grope, fold over, wide open. Let us see from behind how much you are worth, how well you can work, how familiar, ancient, and new niggas for sale. Fresh cargo. New niggas for sale, a lively stock. Don't you see them? Can't you hear it in the whistle of the wind, in the howl of the breeze, in the pour of the rain? Can you taste it? Sugar cane, sweet indigo, rich rum like intoxicating. There is something about suffering that makes men mad and makes others money. Something about others doing your dirty work that somehow seem to keep your hands clean and your conscience clear. Clever. Can't you smell it? Oh, it's in the seasoning. Something that makes them more tender, much more palatable, more suitable for enslavement. There is something in the breaking of a spirit that makes a better slave. Can't you feel it? In the thickness of injustice, in the gaze of despair, the click clank of cuff, they come coffled off the good ship. Jesus, it's the longest trip for the Africans, where rich men play with the lives of humans every day. Oh yes, there is something. There is something about suffering that makes men mad and makes others rebel. Okay. We'll keep we want to bring back black. We want to bring black back. We want to bring ancient thoughts to present thinkers so future generations can be healed within a moment. Time stands still or ceases to exist, but then a minute by man's standards is a mere blink in the master's eye. Or who can master time? Who can move mountains? Who can make music that makes motions that move us forward to bring us back? Yeah, we want that black back. We want that good news that renews that old time religion. It was good for my ancestors, so it's sure enough good enough for me. That take us back. That take us back. That back bent spine spiral, a cosmic swirling, a whirling dervish twirling, a double helix like dance of sacred energy, molecular memory. This is music's beginning, the magic of morning, recalling ancestral tones that make you remember things you never even knew you knowed. No, English ain't my first tongue. Where I come from, forms are born in a nothingness so divine, it encompasses everything here. Spirit speaks from the deep, and women see with 16 eyes here. Everything has an answer. Love, bring back love, bring black love, bring back black love, bring back black love. No matter the question, love. No matter the time, love. No matter the question, love. No matter the time, love. No matter the question, love. No matter the time, love. No matter the question, love. No matter the time. Life. It's life. Black life, no matter. Question. How many more examples of destruction will it take for us to lift this veil of ignorance that drapes our faces? We place hands over ears, eyes closed, mark mute, walk dead, have to, because they shoot before we speak. But when you know the truth of what they do to those who refuse to believe in the lies they feed, now it's either we could crawl and give in, feeling helpless under the pressure, or we would remember. We would remember how to walk like warriors. How our feet are on the shoulders of giants, how we've conquered chaos before, we've compromised our divinity far too long, and all at the hands of an oppressive entity that deliberately aims to kill, and still they will use poison and steel or cotton and fields, take trillions of dollars, pollute all the water, destroy everything from Phoenix to Florida, then still find time to pimp your daughter or sodomize your son, turn two parents into one, and one is never enough in this world of too much. Oh, here is a classic equation. Divide up a family, multiply mommy's movements because daddy didn't move where no responsibility can ever find him. Add in depression and bitterness, subtract the encouragement, then you watch the percentages fill up the prisons. You see, we are master mathematicians, exponents of confusion. We be choosing death as if there are no other options, left or right, up or down, shiftless vagabonds roaming around searching for something safe, seeking, never finding or recognizing the space inside that soft, quiet sound that doesn't compete with the crowd of voices or the violent volume. And here is the value of you. So now this is like a vowel. It's standing in the midst of clanging consonants. It's constant. It's a kind reminder of the connection of us when so often we have been picked apart, separated, and sorted as casual as laundry. After all, they say we should never mix the colors and the whites, right? Okay, well, now, on the other hand, there was a time when Mr. always preferred Mammy over the Mrs., forced crinkled fingers in crevices too sacred to mention. And though this has happened time and time again now, she still flinches at the scent and sight. But this time she placed something inside where by twilight on the third night of the fourth week, he would be gone and no one would. Now, these are stories that my grandmothers and everybody told me. Just a side note. And he would be gone. Side note, and he would be gone, and no one would miss him, not even his children. Herein is the power of the medicine men. It's the gree-gree of the conjure women, them who make charms that ward off harm, them fighters forming freedom around their feet so that wherever they walk, their souls would know that liberation lives wherever they go, and wherever they go, the Spirit of God is them who see the pattern of God in the stars, whether that be in the sky or in your eyes, them light-bodied beings speaking love in an atmosphere filled with fear. Oh, here they come, lips laced with prayer, bearing gifts given by the great one who gives the best gifts. They lift their hands in gratitude, bidding us to rise. They call us to our higher selves. They remind us we can fly or just feel what it's like to live with no holes, no halves, just whole, because Lord knows it only takes one reason for the biggest believer to become the most unfaithful. But ain't that how the world goes? Create a slither of doubt, and then soon it turns out to be this mountain of madness. This is hell in a handbasket. It's bastard children playing hide and seek between dilapidated buildings and shards of concrete. There are no playgrounds in these towns, no jungle gyms for them, no green space dedicated for relaxation or shelter when the sky rains bombs or the breeze blows bullets or the earth can't stop her shake. Take a moment. Let us reflect on this mess we have made. We have rejected nature's voice, all in search of material gain, donning the rags of the disastrously insane. My God, not this again. Not the different names, same situation again. Not to declare war all in the name of peace again and again and again and again and again and again. But then again, thanks be to God, there are them who can rouse us from our drowsiness, who save us from our haphazardness, who assist in realigning our energies with heavenly elements, and there are skeptics who will balk. Oh, now there she go with that dreamer talk, as if every masterpiece didn't first start from just a thought. If only we could see through the eyes of our hearts and go straight to the matter, eliminate the rhetoric, strip everything down to its natural essence, and it is there we will find the answer, the greatest, the only example, and by far the most revolutionary weapon we all have, and that is love. It's such an honor to be here. Just that we hadn't seen Jordan and Christina in, I don't know, it's been a minute. It's a shirt, a Che shirt. You know, we have friends like this. Your children get shirts with Che and everything on them, you know. So I'm giving thanks because my daughter now wears the shirt. It was for my son first. Now my daughter wears. It's one of those you got to pass down. So, you know, when I met Jordan, I'm thinking about Clyde and meeting Clyde. And does everybody here know Clyde Woods? Are we familiar with Clyde? But one thing that he said, I'd laugh about this often. It was a Young Jeezy, a rapper, Young Jeezy. He was in a car. I'm forgetting the song now, but you know, it was just one of these hood type of, you know, just out the box songs, right? I like this. I say, you do. He said, yeah, everybody needs an anthem. It's an anthem. We all need anthems. You know, everybody needs an anthem. Can you imagine if we all had an anthem, though? You know, like, and so it makes you think. It makes you question, right? What is your anthem? What is my anthem? What is it that I need to hear? What is it that other people need to hear from me? You know, this is really, you know, a position of power. It's a position of empowerment at this point. Like, yeah, you know, who'd have thought Young Jeezy would have made me think about my own anthem. That's all right. But Clyde was that kind of person that made you think about, that made you think that way. Like everything is needed. Every piece of this puzzle is needed. And especially when we're thinking about this in context of New Orleans. What does this mean for the artist? And what does this mean for people in exile, even? For the artists in exile? What does this mean? You know, what does art look like now? What does art sound like? What does the second line look like in a place like Houston? In a place like Atlanta? In a place like you know, Florida? In a place like, what do these things look like? And how do we cope and heal through our art when we are living in these places that don't understand this particular art form? When we're talking about how we second line, so how we grieve, right, can look like to someone else that they just partying. It's just a party. When we know that we're grieving, right? But how we grieve is we dance. How we grieve is we sing. How we grieve is, you know, we eat. How we grieve is we sew Indian suits. How we grieve, you understand? So it's these kinds of things that when we're talking about when there is a deliberate war and a deliberate attempt, and not even attempt, but a deliberate killing of gathering spaces, of culture, of imagination. What does this look like when for students? And what does this look like for students in classrooms who don't understand or even don't know or feel like it's a very dangerous thing to try to imagine a new space? So when you ask the question, like, what is it that you would prefer? I specifically remember teaching a class, and I said, you know, it was something that was so real. It just got to a point where I said, let's write a story. Like, just, you know, just use your imagination. And I remember one of the little sisters said, so like our imagination, like what? Like a once upon a time story? What does that look like? Like what? And it was something, it's like, yeah, like a once upon a time story. It's like once upon a time what? And it's something that truly hurts, because if our imagination is gone, how can we think ourselves out of this mess? How can we see something new? How can we see something different? What does that look like? If we can't imagine it, if we can't imagine a different space, what does a different space look like then? So is this even a valid question now? So even if we go to Young Jeezy and your anthem, you know, how do we think of something new? And do you see something new? So when we're dealing with trauma, when we're dealing with this kind of destruction, when we're dealing with this kind of man-made disaster, what does this look like for our, and not just our youth, but for people that have to build themselves up, not just building up houses and building up infrastructure, but what does it look like to build up the man, to build up the woman, to build up the spirit after going through all of this loss? How now do you build yourself up? How now does your heart beat? What now does your music sound like? So we have not always found comfort in killers. We have not always found solace being rocked in the bosoms of those who silently pray and then openly destroy. No, not always have we mistaken mimicry for mastery, or pretending for knowing, or enslavement for freedom. But across my memory marches millions, bold, regal, resilient, confident, unshackled feet stumping up spirits to guide us through this fickle material world. We like sun and moon folk, universal souls, praying our prayers and singing our songs. Eshu, Ogun, Shango, Yemoja, Oshun, Obatala, Oya, Dambala, Aida, Wedorwa, Nkango, Olodumare, and Yame. We know all of you by name. We are people of beginnings, of culture, of strength. Not always have we given in to the empty threats and scare tactics of the powerless ones. Not always have we allowed the blood of our sons and daughters to color the streets while we're walking asleep, marching to the beat of death siren song. They're still wearing their sheets, nooses in reach, showing their teeth, and then smiling, it seems. But I hear in the breeze, in the rustle of the trees, and the dangling of the feet, they say, please, please don't let them ever forget you. See, not always have we suffered from amnesia. Not always have we forgotten how to conjure up spirit, ancestor wisdom, fix up a mixture, spiritual elixirs, ancient traditions. We like magicians, God like vision. We are people of sight. So no, not always have we fallen for this okey doke or inhaled the hazardous smoke of the manipulators or been satisfied with crumbs from meals our hands have prepared. You said life for us ain't been no crystal stair, but at least the steps are there to push us up higher, teach us how to go beyond the destroyer's disguises, look them in the eyes and be able to see. Because what's surprising when you know the of a beast, and especially when they've shown the same face for centuries. So you tell me, what's the difference between two sisters in New Orleans shot point blank in the back of the head and two women bombed in a car in Baghdad, or government sanctioned killings in Kenya and a sister held hostage in a house in Virginia, or poverty in Haiti, poverty in Jamaica, rape in Rwanda, or rape in Somalia, or sweatshop in China, or one in Guatemala, or smallpox and blankets, syphilis and Tuskegee, formaldehyde and FEMA, ethnic cleansing and Katrina. I recall within this speech, Dr. King made us aware. He said, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere, so they can spare us that drama, huh? Look, we got the heart of them field working mamas. We carry the torch of that ancestor fire. So with every fiber that flutters in our being, with every find that comes from our seeking, with every hearing that comes from our listening, and every sight that comes from our seeing, we must be faithful, strategic, victorious, and we must be free. Yeah. I'm gonna try to run through because I can talk. Give thanks. They wanted her. They wanted her. They wanted her piecemealed, paper mached, practically broken, limp-like, and loveless, a litany of exaggeration. They wanted her low and high, flat and wide, filled with all of their empty. They wanted her to be more like them, not knowing that her conception was immaculate, that she was birthed in sandalwood, scented river water, sweet sapphire, honey-touched tongue. She was too much of a mouthful for the greedy. Just a small amount of her was more than they could stand, or they wanted her bland and barren, unspirited, un-African, uncultured, under siege in the streets. They wanted her face down, ass up, hands cuffed and ankles strapped. They wanted her knowing she could never want them back, or they wanted her holy, baptized in her divine. They wanted her secrets, pearls to swine. They wanted to unravel the mystery of her design, fascinated by glory, hypnotized by her kind, or they wanted her complete. They wanted her whole, though they came fractioned, half-hearted, half-soul, with no regards and no knowledge as to who she really was. Oh, but if they knew her, if they knew, praise songs would rain from the clouds of their eyes, clearing the vision, bathing the heart. They would bow every time they saw her, be their best selves when she was around. If they knew her, knew she was the glue to their revolution, the life flow of blood through their veins. If they knew her, she would know either whether nita oshun, either whether nita iya. Whether nita oshun, either whether nita iya, o cheke niwa nita oshun, cheke nita iya, either whether my mother's house is a river. I am lured to her door, and immediately I am humbled. It is here she administers her cool water cure, abundantly pure. I see my face in hers clearly. My mother is a mirror, and when I am real still and quiet, she shows me her secrets. My mother, the diviner, O royal and divine one, shine your golden rays across our faces. Trace our insides with your light. Allow me flight on your wings. Carry me to the feet of the Father, to a place much farther than the sun. Take me to the land my ancestors come from. Show me how you spoke peace to 5 women chained and bound in Zanzibar, with iron so heavy and tight around their necks, their heads almost collapsed, but at the mere remembrance of your essence, they survived. Show me how you spilled from the eyes of Anastasia in Brazil, when her mouth was filled with metal, for urging others to break free of their fetters. You, mother, you better to me sometimes than I am to myself. Fan me with your feathers, make sweet the path, make me forget I ever had a problem. My mama will take any obstacle, will wrap it up in the finest gold, throw it over her shoulder, real brave and bold. In just a matter of minutes, you watch your healing unfold. I swear my mama is a miracle. With just a touch of her tips, barren women are given children, the sick become. I am filled with delight at just the mention of your name. Maferifun Oshun, it is you, so often misunderstood. So often I wish I could stand atop the roof of your house and shout of your majesty, O golden lady. It is your face in painting and picture and feather and fan and brass and water. You are distinctly divine, and I can't say enough times that when you come to my mother, oh, you better come smart, because her honey is sweet, but that blade is sharp. Oh, perfect protector of children, great defender of women, gracious lover of men. She comes to serve you her love on a platter. Eat up. There is plenty more where that came from. She is the generous one, will prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow. My mama is a leader, a champion, a queen. Come, let her hide you. Come and get your feed, and you can stay till you are full. When you are here, there's plenty room in my mama's house. I am humbled and honored to be in such a holy space. I place you high, mama. Glad that I am one of your daughters. You anoint my head with your waters, and my cup runneth over. And before you know it, I am back at your door to offer a salute and give you thanks once more. Ide wede nita oshun, ide wede nita iya, wede nita oshun, ide wede nita iya. O cheke niwa nita oshun, cheke nita iya, ide wede. I remember doing these pieces in another place, and someone said, and a lot was centered around New Orleans and Katrina. And I was asked, well, what does that have to do with New Orleans? I'm like, it has everything to do with it, with New Orleans, you know. So we know this place. For we have glanced more times than we'd like to share into eyes that stare with nothing there behind them but an unfulfilled wish and an unconscious yearning for life, though death rests comfortably beside us at night, their moans are louder. They come to visit the guards at the gate and they stay until morning, torturing their guilt-ridden insides. The silent cries of the keepers are louder than the booms that come from the guns they use to occupy the space. And we know this place, for we have seen more times than we'd like to imagine. Bloated cadavers floating through waters of a city gone savage. Forage in the land for what can be salvaged, but what can be saved when all is lost? It happened in August, 29 days in. We are now 5 days out of the only place we knew to call house and home. Few things are certain. 1, we have no food. 2, there are more bodies lying at the roadside than hot plates being distributed, or first aid being administered, or recognition as a citizen. 14th Amendment, X. Refugee, check. And we know this place. It's ever changing, yet forever the same. Money and power and greed, the game. They suck and devour the souls of the slain. Oh, what a feast for the beast at their table of shame, with napkins round necks to catch the blood that drains from the flesh they chew. Oh, it's held again, and we know this place, all too well. Dank with the smell of death and doom. It hovers, it smothers. No growth, no room, no pretty, no please. Just gray, just gloom. Just borned me a hope and it died too soon. Just jucking, just jiving, just living. Oh, we just fools. And we know this place. It's decked in all its array and splendor. Golden streets with good intentions capture our attention. Their gadgets and inventions pesticide the food supply. Flu-like symptoms, diabetic condition, a cancer in the system, health on hold. It's a pistol to the temple. Go run to the churches. Tell Rem is simple. Good works and good deeds is what equals redemption. But tell me, please, Jesus never mentioned how the churchmen get extended on freedom while children are being fondled from the altar to the streets, then back to the sanctuaries. Oh, it's kind of scary, ain't it, to know that both the prophet and the priest practice deceit, then come to the people and claim peace, peace. They come to the people and claim love, love, but oh, where is the peace, Where is the love? Where is that balm in Gilead that can heal the wounded soul or make the half man whole? I swear we know this place because we have vowed before never again to return, but oh, here we are. We back in the desert, dry mouth and thirsting for waters from heaven. But come, children, rally round, and maybe together we can make a sound that'll shake the trees or rattle the ground, make strong our knees. We's a freedom bound, and we know this place, reclaim the crown, hold on to the prize, never put it down, be firm in the stance, no breaks, no bows. Gotta forward on mamas, make your move now. Forward on babas, make your move now. Forward, dear children, because freedom is right now. Not need the time, people, because I want to hear George speak too. So I don't know what time. Okay. Are y'all okay? Everybody's good? Yeah? Give thanks. This is for those who work 25 hours a day for 24 cents an hour. It's for those who trod the street stress heavy, their feet strapped with anguish, backs bent with burden. It's for those who live between the lines of fear and confusion. It's for those whose eyes have witnessed the sunrise and they still question the awesome power of a supreme being. It's for those against the wall, or in the dust, or behind the bars, or on the other side of the barrel. It's for those who do not see God in the mirror, or a tree, or a blade of grass, a homeless man, a crescent moon, a drop of dew, a ray of sun, or a purple sky. It's for those who have given up on life and just wonder how they are still allowed to open their eyes real wide in the morning. And I say to you, it's not yet time to die. For seekers of a better way, for speakers of new words, for creators of another day awake from your slumber, massive in number, as brave as thunder, as courageous as hope, as audacious as faith. I see heaven in your face. How does it feel just knowing that wherever you go, the holiest of holies is present in the form of you? So this is for you. It's for your worth. It's nothing less than divine. I say this for all of those who survive, who get up, who scream, even when the takers try and zap their dreams, who shout no, who cry yes, who feel the glory of victory boiling in their chest, for the lovers of love, for thinkers of peace, for workers of justice, filled hands of freedom, whose voices ring high when vibrations are low, for the tillers of the earth and the seeds they sow grow big, grow long, grow up, grow high, rise and take your stance, because it is not yet time to die. Now this is also for Tevin. He's a little boy. His name was Tevin Flowers. Tevin Flowers was 7 years old, and his body was found dangling from a coat hook in his school's bathroom. So this is a poem for Juan. Juan, who was 8 years old. Juan was forced to eat his own vomit inside a Mississippi penitentiary for juveniles. But this is for 17-year-old youth. Because 17-year-old youth live in such a state of lack and limit that they give up before they even start. But you know, children only do what children are taught. It's like it's 3 strikes against them before their feet touch the land, and then they move through this life without a choice or a chance. But I ask sincerely, who sitting in this room can be a voice when the sticky fingers of fear have gripped the throats of the people, and words as beautiful as freedom or justice or love never quite make it to their tongues, and they are stuck choking and gasping for breath on a coulda or a shoulda till there is nothing more left. But I am here like thousands of miles way up in the air, turning clouds into flowers, since the ones down bottom lie limp and unwatered in unsafe schoolhouses where cowards become heroes and the heartless are given power, and the only thing that matters is the making of a dollar. Really, who's sitting in here is going to speak? Who will stand in this hour? Who will protect our babies against the system that devours? Can you imagine? Picture the nastiest animal mixing poison in a cauldron, then we let them feed our youth, and before you know it, they're in a coffin or a jail, or their cells become altered in their eyes. It's like their eyes only begin to see destruction. Heaven help us. Please show us. May we learn how to repent for all the hypocrisy and negligence we've shown to our children. Really, who's sitting in here is going to serve? Who can show that there is light? Who can tell of a precious dawn that follows the onyx night? And when you say it, will you feel it? Will you really believe with all your might that every flower is sacred, that every future is bright? I'm asking who? Who in here will help? Who will prune and water the garden? Because if you're not a part of the solution, then you must be. Thank you, family. I appreciate you for listening.